guys, so I do believe today is day 6 of the book wheel challenge, and I can't have breakfast right now because I've got an important call coming up in about 15 minutes, so I'm just eating a beef stick. So today's day 6, Thursday, April 25th, so I'm going to spin the just to see how long I have to read in case I need to do any extra downtime. It's because yesterday I got 3 hours, which was a lot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read at every available point. The weird thing is, I'm not controlling this wheel, and it's gone up every day. It was 1 hour and 30 minutes for the first 2 days, and then it was 2 hours and 30 minutes, and then it was 3 hours, and today it's 4 hours. Like, I am not planning this. Like, what is going on? My goodness, 4 hours? This is insanity. I'm gonna take you guys to my room because I gotta get ready for the phone call, and I'm gonna read in my spare time because 4 hours, this is too much. This is too much. This may be the first day that I actually fail. We will see. Anyways, let's go to my room. Hey guys, I'm at my desk in my room. This is still day 6 of my reading challenge, so I'm gonna set the timer. My gosh, this is utterly ridiculous. 4 hours. I didn't mean to go ahead and start it, so actually I'm going to go ahead and start it and read. I may stop the recording because I need to be able to keep track of time and get on the Zoom call when necessary, but I may do a bit of a montage in here. You guys get to see all my pretty dragons and dinosaurs and stuffed animals and Star Wars cars and just weird things. So the book was getting so good last night, and I did want to talk about it, like the romance in it. There was some really great character development moments. There was even a spicy scene that was actually really relevant to the plot and to both of their characters. Like, it's insane. There was like a lot of character development. There was so much romantic moments. There was like really epic, trying to find, there was a picture, they had a really wonderful ship moment. Like, this relationship is so amazing. Like, I'm telling you guys, I love this book and I love their relationship, and the enemies to lovers thing is actually really working, and the way that the characters are, and look at this art. Like, I own this book and I'm so excited because this is so beautiful. Like look at that. That is absolute gorgeous. Like, that moment was so important for the characters, and to actually see it visualized, like, my fangirling brain just about died. Like, oh my gosh. I also forgot to say that I got to page 326, and I think I was on 188. Well, it was 184 technically, but the extra 4 pages that were repeated, so it's 188 is where I was, and so I'm on 326. So I read a lot yesterday. And that was on chapter, what would I say, 24, I thought? Let me check. Yeah, it was chapter 24. So I read this chunk yesterday. So from page 1, quote 88 to page 326. So from chapter 24 to chapter 42. So I don't have very much left in the book. Today I'm probably going to have to find another book to read, which is sad because I'm going to go through withdrawal symptoms. But when I finish this book, I will film my review, which honestly I need to read. But anyways, I don't have time to spare, so I'm going to start the timer and read now. Stuff is happening. Oh my gosh, this is stressing me out. So my sister's on her way home, and my mom's making dinner, and the dogs are going crazy, but I still have 3 hours and 51 minutes and 3 seconds. So I'm going to play the timer and read as much as I can because this is insane, and I'm probably not going to get this done today. So I'm going to keep reading. I made it to page 331, chapter 43, which that's 4 pages due to the mess up in the book. That's 4 pages. So instead of 331, it's 330. 4, I think, or 5, something like that. Either way, I'm gonna keep reading. It's getting good, and I'm actually really into the book right now. I'm just afraid of finishing it because it's really good. So anyways, I'm gonna get started. I don't know why my video did a countdown. So I managed to read enough to get down to 3 hours and 16 minutes and 36 seconds, as you can see here. So I'm gonna keep reading the Ever King, and I brought some other books with me. I think I like the narrator, but I'm really curious about the dramatized version of this, so I was going to check that out on Amazon and see, because I think that would help me even more. So I don't know how much it is or anything, so I'm going to check that out. And I did bring a Court of Thorns and Roses in case, because I don't know if I can get into this one and delve into it like enough to read for hours once I finish the Ever King. After reading the Ever King, because it's like so much better, but I brought them just in case, and obviously I still have my Kindle. So I'm on page 352. What did I say I was on? Like 340, 326. Yeah, because 4 pages later would have been 330. So I think I was on chapter 42. Yeah, 42. That sounds familiar. So 326. Chapter 42 is where I was, and I am now on page 352. So 26 to 52. I've read quite a bit. And like I said, I'm at 3 hours and 16 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and... Okay. Let me see if I can get this up here. Put my book down on the... Oops. Uh-oh. That's not good. 352. I opened it right up. Okay. Spice interferes with the plot line. So close to ranting. Oh my gosh. I have to save it for my book review. Check it out. I have to rant about this. Okay. I just got to get this out of my system. So sit down for story time with Joanna. First of all, if you don't want spoilers for the Ever King, then click away. I'll put a timestamp here because it's going to be a long one. Also put the label spoiler talk at the top, and then remove it when I'm done. Okay, so we've set up the scenario, right, in this book with the Ever King, Eric, being a vicious monster, and the Sea Fae and the Land Fae are at war with each other. Super fun, super creative. So the Land Fae King killed the Ever King's father. So the main girl is the daughter of one of the Land Fae King. So her father murdered his father, so he kidnaps her, tries to get vengeance. So at the beginning, it sets up the Ever King and his crew, evil, vicious. They like murder and slaughter, and they torture, and they hang people by their innards, and they do very piratey things, and they're absolutely brutal, vicious. The enemies to lovers romance, I will say, has been really good in his progression and why he is how he is. Like, he was tortured, he's very scarred, he has marred skin that he keeps hidden, and then he shows, like, later he's reluctant to show her. He come to find out her father and her people tortured him when he was a boy, took him and tortured him, because his name, the Ever King, is Eric Bloodsinger, and the last names with the Sea Fae have to do with their magic and their sea magic. They all sing the song of the sea, basically, so they have different singing type magic that has to do with the sea. And his is Bloodsinger, so his blood, when touched with other people's blood, becomes a poison, but he can sing a song to heal them, basically, if he chooses. If not, they'll die. And so because of his poisonous blood, he was kidnapped by her people as a little boy, and they would scar it. They would cut him on his places of his body where his veins would bleed so they could get his poison blood. And so when she found this out, it was really hard for a character to reconcile her evil, her kind and loving family that she loves very much with what they did to him. And it created a really good dynamic between the two of them, as well as her character, the main girl. I forget her name for some reason, because they call each other Serpent and songbird, because when he was captured, he was in a cell, and she used to read to him as when she was little, and the story that she would read is the story of the serpent and the songbird, and so he was always the serpent which would eat the song, which would attack the songbird in the story, and that's their nickname for each other. So anyways, so I forget her name, but I know his is Eric. Liva, her name is Liva. I knew it was there somewhere. So it's really good character development for Liva to have to reconcile the parents that she knows with what they did to him when he was a boy. And then, but you still have the thought that her father killed his father, and he still wants revenge and everything else. And then you find out that his kingdom is dying. There's like a blight, kind of like Moana. And then you find out that she can heal the land and everything else. So romance, plotline, other stuff going on. And then the twist at the end that you find out is that he was never kidnapped by her people. Her people, the land fae, they were at war with another type of land fae, and they were the ones who kidnapped him. And there was this twist with one of her guards and her cousin who knew him, and she never knew how they knew him, and they were all keeping the secret. And so she gets mad, and the secret finally gets outed, and it was revealed that again he was taken by other people, other land fae, and that her family actually rescued him, and that when they did, they went to give him back to his father. And the original story was that his father came to rescue him from her family after torturing him. And when he saw how they had tortured him and ruined him, his dad lashed out at her father, and her father killed his dad. Great story. Well, in this one, the truth, the secret, is that her parents rescued him from the people who were the land fae who were torturing him, and went to give him back to his dad. And his dad still saw him, thought he was ruined, lashed out, and her dad killed his. But before that, he had offered him a place, like, if you don't want him, we'll take him, that kind of thing. So basically, this whole thing is outed, and it's not as good of a story, in my opinion. It really isn't as good of a story as the original, and it makes me so mad. And then her cousin slips through the chasm due to other stuff that's just complicated to explain. It nearly kills him, but because the Ever King, because Eric loves her, he heals her cousin. And then now all of a sudden, because of the story getting outed, his crew is treating her cousin so well when they're supposed to be enemies. They still fought a war, like the Sea Fae, her people and his people, like they still fought a war. When she came, everybody was like mean and horrible and nasty and vicious, and like treating her like an enemy because she is their enemy. But all of a sudden the story gets outed, and it's revealed that her people were good, and they didn't torture him after all, and his dad was just an evil king, and poor Eric, an evil king. And now all of a sudden everybody's acting just fine and dandy. Like, they're treating him well. They're nodding to him. They're talking to him. They gave him a name to accept him as one of the people. They didn't even do that for her, and she's been here longer. Like, what? Why? If you're going to do enemies to lovers, and if you're going to do bad people, keep them bad. You have to have things like moments, reasons why they just randomly turn good. In this one, they've gotten to know her, and even then they're still kind of harsh and stuff, but she's befriended them over this whole book, just interacting with a lot of his crew, and she sees that a lot of them have a heart underneath there, but they have reasons why they are the way that they are, that are realistic. But she's had to prod and be there and get to know them and kind of make their walls go down. Whereas the cousin just swoops in here, and all of a sudden he's just like this best friend. And it's totally random. Doesn't make any sense. I get why Eric, the Ever King, saved him, because he loves Liva, and felt like there was this debt that he owed, that, I mean, if anything, the cousin owed him a debt because he saved the cousin's dad. At one point, that was another twist that was added, was Eric saved his dad's life, saved the cousin's dad's life, her uncle's life. But it's like, why would the people be treating him bad? Because technically the cousin is still a land fae. He's still an enemy. She's been treated horribly. And it's like they were portrayed as so vicious, but now all of a sudden they're just these sweet old... Ugh. Okay, spoiler talk is over. For those of you who didn't want spoilers, essentially we have these bad people who are supposed to be bad, and they've been bad this whole book, and all of a sudden one character gets there, and it doesn't even make sense, but the secret's revealed, and now it doesn't make sense, and now everybody's just acting good, and it doesn't make any sense. And the secret ruined the original story, because there was this story that was going on, and we were led to believe certain things, and it was twisting and kind of revealed as the story went on, and I just wanted to keep reading to find out about the history there. And then there was a twist and a secret thrown in, and in my opinion, that was worse than the actual story. I love this book. I love this book. I love everything. The world building, the race building, the concepts, the characters. I love the characters and the dynamics. I love the writing style. The writing style is so beautiful. And honestly, it makes Sarah J. Maas's writing look so plain. Because the way that this author writes this, like, I'll get into this more in depth in my review, but by golly, the writing style is beautiful. But then just secrets, and it kind of ruins it. But anyways, I gotta get back to reading. I don't have time to babble. I'm legitimately about ready to cry. There has to be a book 2. So I take back everything I said. I still have some issues with the twist, but there's no more. Oh, God. Oh my gosh. I still have 2 hours and 24 minutes and 55 seconds left. This book is undoing me. So, from what I understand, this book is a part of a series that I think it's more of like a sequel. So there's a series that is kind of like started off with like the Earth Fae and kind of branched into the Sea Fae and the wars. And then this is like what follows after that. But I think this may continue. Also, final piece of artwork. Gosh, gorgeous. It is gorgeous. I love this book. Okay, so it is 2:11 and I have 2 hours and 24 minutes left, and I'd like some me time tonight, but I really need to review this book, and then I'm absolutely checking out. She has QR codes to scan, bonus stories from the war, from the characters, to find out what happens next, because, I mean, there has to be more. Like, when was this? When did this come out? Because I swear, if I have to wait for it to be written, 2023, oh my gosh, I may have to wait for next... Oh, this sucks. I need the book too. So I'm going to film my review and then probably read some of the bonus stories to take some more time off the clock. And then hopefully find book 2. And if not, I will either read on my Kindle or Court of Silver Flames. Because I don't know what... Okay, anyways, I got to record my review. So yeah, I will check in with you guys later. For my book blog, but I filmed my review. I'll have that here as a card. I forgot this. I'll have that here as a card, but I did my review for the Ever King, and I checked the QR code, the one that's like, you want to find out what happens next? Scan the QR code to find out. So I scanned it, and there's a book 2, and then it looked as like, see the series, and there's 3 books, I think. So there's freaking 3 books. I have never been so excited about this in my life. Oh my gosh, I've never been so excited for a book in my life. The thing is, I really want the paperbacks, but I don't want to wait for them to ship because Amazon shipping is forever. Like, I need to read the next book like now. Like, I'm not waiting. So I'm thinking I may just buy them on the Kindle so I can get them instantly. And let me know if you guys agree with this, but it's like, I love and prefer the feel of paperback books in my hand, but in cases like this, when you need the next book now and you can't wait for the paperback to ship to you, and I have no bookstore to really find it in, like, I don't have a choice. Like, I have to have this book. Now that I was worried that there wasn't a next book there, because this one came out in 2023, so either she rapidly released them or what, but so that was the Ever King. So the next one is called the Ever Queen. So I'm going to check this out. Oh, and then the Mist Thief. Oh my gosh. Hopefully, I wonder if it's the same. I'm so excited. Okay, this is the Ever Queen. So that's the Everseas book 2, and I don't want to read The Thing, but that's book 3, which I'm worried that one may go to somebody else's perspective, but we will see. So I'm going to check out my finances and hopefully buy this book and just immediately start reading. At least I have a good book I can, because like it ended on a cliffhanger, you guys. That's what I don't, it is a cliffhanger. So I have to have this book. But the good news is that would give me a book to just keep reading for my chat for the rest of the 2 hours I have tonight, because it's 2:30. All right, I'm going to do it. It's got it. I'm waiting for it to get downloaded, or I'm getting ready to try to get it on my Kindle real quick. I thought about switching the timer to my phone since I'll be reading on my Kindle and it loads a little slow. So like the time it, like that. So from the time it takes me to switch from the clock to the actual book to read will take extra time. Not that much time, but just minutes or whatever. Oh my gosh, I want to get back to reading and it's like not, it's taking its sweet old time to load. But, yeah, we're going to head back over to the couch. Okay, here we go. Now we're working. So excited because the Ever King ended on such a cliffhanger. I'm so excited. Okay, there we go. Here it is, the Ever Queen. It's downloading. It's downloading. It's downloading. I've literally never been so excited for a booktube before. Was for A Court of Thorns and Roses, but not, like, it didn't end on a cliffhanger. Like, that one, it was exciting and thrilling, but it kind of, like, rounded itself out. This one, full-on cliffhanger. Like, I need to read this book. Look at it. It's so close. It's so close. All right, we're done. I'm going to keep reading, y'all. Let me see if I can get this, okay, to go really quickly. I gotta turn off internet first. I don't want to use up my data. Okay, so clock. Slow. Okay, 2 hours and 24 minutes and 55 seconds, and it's 2:38. So, boy, I'm not getting any me time tonight, am I? Okay, I'm gonna get to reading. Oh, because it's gonna have the picture. If it has pictures, it's gonna have, you know, color. There's the map. Oh, good news. We're still going between both of their perspectives. Oh no, look at that. He's so gorgeous. She's so pretty. The Ever King recap. I didn't know they did recaps in books. That's an interesting concept. I'm starting to doze off, so I don't know. It is, on the one hand, it's easier to read on the Kindle because of the light on it, so it's not as hard on my eyes, but on the other hand, it's harder to hold the Kindle, ironically, than the book. Like, I don't know, I got more comfortable with the book, but my eyes are just horrible. Like, I can hardly read this right now. So, honestly, like, I don't know. I can hardly read the book, but I've got an hour and 23 minutes left and 45 seconds. I don't know what to do. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm actually pretty done reading for the night. It's 3:41 and I'm so tired. I don't know if I should just add this time to my time tomorrow. Because what if I get a long time tomorrow, you know? I don't know if I should change things up and listen to the audiobook for a while. I'm not into this book. I'm into the book that I'm reading on Kindle. I don't have time to deliberate. See, it's 3:42, so that means an hour and 23 minutes would put me at literally my bedtime. So, honestly, I think this is going to be the first night I'm not going to get my reading done. I'm dozing off, I'm tired, and I have no desire to read anything other than this book because it's so good. I want to keep reading, but I'm honestly so tired right now, I can't. So I'm going to take a screenshot of the timer, or take a picture of the timer, and I'll just add that to my time tomorrow and hopefully don't screw myself. But I did finish editing my book Immortal earlier, so I'm just writing right now, so I should have more free time tomorrow, hopefully, to kind of catch up on the reading. And if I'm lucky, I will spend 30 minutes tomorrow, so then it'll just be 2 hours, a little over that, and we'll call it a good time. Hopefully. I'm sorry guys, I can't stay awake. This is day 6, so tomorrow would be day 7. So tomorrow is the final day of the challenge. I can do this. I can beat this challenge. I come so far to fail now. So, anyways, I'm gonna call it a night. I'll take a picture of this and finish everything tomorrow.